Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rico and Nico once again with another episode of your favorite, the Rico Nico podcast, right here at the Nico headquarters. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I think you low key want to be a superhero, bro.
What?
Nico headquarters, the cars in Nico Mobile. What the
My family thinks I'm a superhero. Does that count?
well, I'm glad they think you're super.
We all have to have this superhero. That's our next damn topic. We all gotta have this winner mentality. You're the hero of your own comic book.
Right. There you go.
So I have some crazy dreams. So this is the deal with me and dreams, right? I barely.
Wait, do I really want to know? Do I want to know? Do I really want to
Well,
know?
I'm not gonna say it in front of you, but it wasn't that bad.
Okay. Thank God.
I'm not. Right now, we're gonna talk about dreams, about the mean. Maybe we can have another another podcast about what those dreams
Come
were.
on, go.
We can do that.
Yeah, okay.
That'll be our next topic.
Mhm.
So dreams. Do you think they have a meaning? Do you think they're real? The dreams that you have, do you think they speak about your future? Do you believe in that? What's up?
Okay, so I feel like we had this conversation a while back
No, about dreams? No, maybe we
about
mentioned them briefly, but no.
because we were because now remember we had talked about when we had went and saw uh Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, right?
I mean, we mentioned it, and
Dreams.
and you're like, oh, I think it's true, and I'm like, no, it's BS.
Yeah, I kind of think we talked about that, that's what I think. I think the power of our consciousness, because we are sentient beings, and we the mind is a very powerful thing, and I believe there's other universes, realities, and all that type of stuff, right? I believe that dreams in our subconscious is just the flip side of us. So we live consciously in this world, but I believe we live subconsciously in another world because our mind is still functioning. I That's one theory, but I also think that the way our minds work is like a conduit. So our brains, we literally hear everything. Anything our ears can pick up, we hear it. Anything within our visual spectrum, we see it. But our brain, our active brain, we only focus on very specific. We only have enough focus on certain things. But if we could look in the brain, or we have more access to the brain, we could literally reverse and see everything. Even our memory, we don't remember based on what it actually was. We remember based on how we interpreted what we remember.
That's true.
So, but as far as dreams, I think a lot of times dreams are a combination of what you feed your brain. So whatever stimuli you're around, situations you went through, things you're thinking about, can affect your dreams. Now, I feel like your subconscious brings out certain things for in your dreams to maybe warn you of things or make you aware of certain things. The mind's the mind's an amazing thing. So I don't know about the future and whatnot, but it probably can make you aware. And who knows, there might be a certain aspect that's of telepathy or clairvoyance because of energy that our brains maybe are picking up on something and saying, hey, well, that's an awesome shot. Hey, we're like our minds are antennas and we're picking up on certain things. He watching soccer, y'all.
No, you were watching soccer. You even brought up what was on the screen.
I can literally like straight. Your whole head is turned. But no, I think our brains are antennas to a lot of energies. And that's why I think our dreams can be a mashup of so much.
What I think, like whenever I tell people my dreams, and they're usually nightmares.
That's sweet.
They're usually nightmares. No, I mean these are bad nightmares. We'll have a separate topic for what those crazy dreams we've had.
Okay.
But here we're just talking about the actual concept. I think I honestly don't think dreams mean anything. I think it's just you go to sleep, especially when you're on REM sleep, rapid eye movement, your brain just goes insane, and it's doing so much at once, and sometimes it shows you what's going on right then and there, and a lot of times it doesn't make any sense. Sometimes it makes you feel something, but I think it's just your brain just moving, readjusting, and then it shows you kind of a visual of it. My dreams, I can always smell, I can touch and feel everything like it's normal life. I usually always think it's my regular life.
Okay.
And even then, if I have a dream with something or someone who's real, or something or someone who's not, I still see them all the same. I think it's just your brain randomly shooting neurons. Sometimes there are neurons that have a purpose, like they make sense because that's what you're thinking. But I don't think there's a deeper meaning to it. I don't think it's your past people telling you stuff, your ancestors. I don't think it's you reflecting on your past. I don't think it's you. I mean, I've had dreams where I'm like things I'm scared of in my real life that show up. Like for example, when I had my second car and it was about to break down, I had a nightmare of that I was, on the road, like just trying to look for help. So things like that, yeah. But I mean, that's what you have on your brain, and even what you have in your brain at the moment, because you can have dreams where you don't even act like yourself, when people you really know don't act like themselves. So I think it's just your brain just shooting neurons back and forth, and then you get a visual of it.
Well, when you say your brain neurons and it's just shooting things out, I think, like I said, we're antennas, and because our eyes and ears are simply always picking up everything, I feel like when you're dreaming, one, if you could remember your dream, you gotta think about it like this.
A lot of times you dream and then you don't remember it.
Yeah, or you dream and you have no recollection. Think about the different levels of your consciousness for you to actually dream, know that you dreamt, know what was in your dream, and on top of that, go from I had a dream about this, or you know what, I was actually in my dream, and I realized while I was sleeping in my dream, I realized I was in a dream. See how many layers there are?
Yeah.
So
I've had that happen to me too.
Yeah, and think about it, that's the power of the human brain. So that's why I think in that situation, your brain's picking up everything. So say like you say you have a bad dream about somebody, right? Your brain over a course of a certain course can be picking up information that you're not even aware of consciously. People could be moving from you, not talking, saying certain things, wavelengths through other people. That's why people say, "Oh man, I feel somebody talking about me," or you think on someone and you feel a certain movement. Man, we're very interconnected. The brain is really powerful, and we're in a network, a neural network. And I think what happens is our dreams. Sometimes our dreams we don't even know what they mean. It's hard to decipher because it could be a combination of so many things. But I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I've had dreams that for me didn't make sense at all based on what was in the dream, but it just made me cautious. And because of that caution, sometimes I was just prepared for something that came along that might not have had anything to do with the dream, but because I was conscious and I was having anxiety about something, it just made me double check. It just made me secure myself, made me do this and do that. Like in situations like, oh, you know what, man, you get up and I had a bad dream. So you don't know what it's for, but when you go to work, you're a little bit more cautious at work, a little bit more cautious driving. You call people and whatnot, and you just kind of backtrack and say,
I've never felt like that.
Never felt like that. Well, you have to analyze if you ever had a bad dream, if it made you consciously or subconsciously move a little different. Have you never had a dream that you like some part of your dream was presented? It might not have come true, but it's like, oh man, I was just thinking about that the other day, and here it is.
On the dream, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and
yeah.
So think about it. If something from your dream presents itself, regardless of how random or whatever, be like, oh, dang, that's so weird. I had a dream about that. Da, 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 da. Or when people say, man, I had a dream about that. Man, me too, bro. Dang. Or your fears. When you're presented with your fears, it probably could be prepping you to say, like, look, you will be faced, you'll confront your fear in something or something related to your fear. Your brain's making you aware, hey, conscious brain, be on the alert. I need you to be on the alert for something. I can't give it to you because the subconscious brain is not talking to the conscious brain and breaking it down like someone's showing up. Hey, Nico, hey, this is your subconscious speaking. This is what's going to happen. And da, 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 da. Keep an eye out for it. No, it's got to talk even symbols and things of that nature and data that's been collected and compiled together and saying like, hey, I'm going to give you this dream because because the brain doesn't have an inter-conversation with it. Like you can talk to yourself in the head in consciousness, but that might be the way that the subconscious brain talks to the conscious brain. Dreams, symbolism.
And I think there's also a chance where people who think all dreams mean something and people like me who think they don't mean anything, we can kind of meet in the middle. Maybe there's a dream with some type of meaning, with some type of purpose, and they can also be completely BS dreams. Well, maybe you have a BS dream, then you have a real dream, and then so on and so forth. Because you have so many.
I think dreams, because sometimes you go through long stints without dreaming at all.
That's me, like 6 months.
You might still be dreaming, but you're not waking up and recollecting it. Like, did I dream last night? I might have. I don't remember. But my subconscious is still active. It's still doing its thing.
I heard that there's a study that says that every single time you sleep at least a few hours, you dreamt. It's just that you don't remember it. It's just that some dreams you remember better, and then you forget them a couple hours after you wake up.
Sleep studies where someone's brain waves is so low that they're not dreaming, and it's like, oh, how's a person not dreaming, and not dreaming for long stints? So it's possible about how your brain activity, but to kind of quantify, whether or not a dream has meaning, what you'd have to consider is why is my subconscious dredging up this scenario, this situation, these things? Who knows why? But your brain probably knows why, but not on a. It's different if your subconscious could sit and counsel with you. Imagine if another Nico was to walk through the door, right, and tell you, subconsciously, and be like, "Hey, bro," and bring out a clipboard and tell you this, that, then the third, right? You would wake up and be like, man, I had a weird dream that myself came and told me this, that, and the third. What would make you take it serious? Think about it. And so you had that dream, but you don't remember. But say you did remember. Your dream self had, hey, Nico, man, make sure you do this, that, and the third, X, Y, and Z. Oh, and watch out for this thing. And then, something's gonna come in your path that you're normally gonna go for. I need you to feel uneasy about it and choose against it. All right, cool. Your dream is over. You didn't sleep all night, but you felt like you might have been with yourself for 20 minutes, or you might have been with yourself for a month. You come out. How do you, like, okay, I was in a dream. What part of your dream is valid? Some dreams are so jarring that it gives you anxiety, like, oh, shoot, and it makes you super cautious. Some dreams are like nonchalant, like, oh, okay. But if you see certain things pull out,
those dreams.
Okay.
Like I said, like most of mine are always nightmares, like 95%. And that's the rare times I do dream.
You should ask yourself about why you're having so many frequent. When you do dream, why do you have nightmares? Your subconscious mind maybe is trying to tell you something. Maybe you live recklessly, and that's your way of saying, hey, you won't do it in the conscious world. Maybe I can steer you in the subconscious.
No, but like I said, like I pay so little attention to the meaning behind dreams in general and my dreams.
But that's what you think, because think about it. If you analyze a dream, that's one thing. But what if the dream, from a subconscious to a conscious, has made incremental changes in you that you're not aware of?
I don't think it's a subconscious aspect to you, or at least if it is, it's not every dream you have.
Not every dream. Who knows? But like I said, the subconscious can be literally the subconscious can be literally just activated, but you don't know specifically unless you actually keep tabs that say, oh, you know what, I had a dream, and oh, you know what, this one was relevant to this in my conscious world. Huh? Okay. Well, you might even say that. You just might be going on with life. And if you look back and be like, man, sometimes it comes back to you, be like, man, that was weird. It's so crazy. I did have a dream about that a couple months ago. Do you correlate it? You might. It kind of seems random. It kind of seems coincidental. But hey, who's to say? You don't get confirmation from the dream. Then what you have to, only you can basically vet it and say, my dream told me this. But this is how you say that. Again, your brain collects a lot of data.
And also, if I paid attention to my dreams and what they mean, man, I go crazy.
Yeah, think about it. And it wouldn't be clear.
You're gonna find out on the next episode what those dreams are. You just gotta stay tuned to us.
Oh God, we're doing that next?
Yeah. I mean, since we're already here, unless you want to do something else.
No, you gotta story to tell.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Rico Nico podcast. And have a good day. I like the video.
There we go.